Daulatabad, the city of fortune. This is a 14th century fort city of Maharashtra known as Daulatabad, which means the city of fortune. This falls on the route to Ellora Caves from Aurangabad, about 16 kilometers of Aurangabad. Originally, this fort was known as Deogiri or Devgiri, which means the hill of gods. This giant majestic fort is built on an isolated pyramid-shaped natural mountain peak. The rock around the fort has been chiseled so skillfully and superbly that climbing the fort was almost impossible. This fort is a combination of ground fort and a hill fort, which is rarely found in India. This is how the fort looks from the outside now. Near the entrance, there are ticket booths to buy tickets to enter inside. That is me in front of the main entrance known as Mahakot door. I'm sorry I lost the audio of this clip. Just before entering, I was trying to share an interesting fact with you. We have to enter through the Mahakot door. This is the fort's main entrance. The wooden spiked doors still stand intact. Earlier, intoxicated elephants were used to break open, but these iron spikes ensured the elephants suffered head injuries and died, so the enemy failed to enter. An interesting fact, this fort could never be won by direct and fair war. Every time conquered only by treachery. Hence, it was known as invincible and invulnerable. Watch till the end to know why it was invincible. After entering through Mahakot door, there is this small courtyard where few different types of old cannons are kept mounted on carriages, which were used earlier in ancient times. This historical triangular fortress was built around 1187 by the first Yadav king. This was the capital of Yadav dynasty. Then, for a brief period, the Delhi Sultanate made it the capital. This fort was ruled by Yadavs, the Khiljis, the Tughlaqs and the Mughal rulers. In 1308, Southern Delhi Sultanate Alauddin Khilji annexed the city and ruled over Indian subcontinent. Later on, in 1327, and shifted his capital from Delhi to here, ordering a mass migration of Delhi population. Many perished on the way, and later on the king changed his mind and shifted back to Delhi in 1334 with the reverse migration. There is another gate we have to cross to enter. These gates are here for almost 900 years now. The moment you feel you reached inside, you will find another gate. The Mahakot has 8 imposing gates and bastions. Here, the different strategy lies in the arrangement of the gates. Bastions were built mounted over with cannon. The 2 elephants are carved in stone on both sides of the second gate of Mahakot. Crossing the 4th gate, we can see small Jain temples on the immediate right, and on the left there is a mazar now. Going a little further on the right, we can see where cannons were kept earlier, but now the cannons are kept in museum and other designated areas. As we walk, we can see the Chand Minar. This minar was basically a celebratory construction by Al-ud-Din Bahmani in 1447. This minar is the second highest minar after Qutb Minar of Delhi. It has 230 stairs inside and 210 feet tall. There was a perfect arrangement of regular water supply to the fort and the township. The construction of the huge water tank came to be known as the elephant tank. Few wells and the wet moat, natural tanks, were the main sources of water. Just near the elephant tank is a dome-shaped huge gate. Inside there is a vast open courtyard, and beyond courtyard, amidst the rows of carved pillars, there is a beautiful standing image of Bharat Mata. In the courtyard, there are ruins of broken columns with decorative carvings standing in rows, remind us the splendor and majesty of this historical place. There are total 152 pillars, each with carvings of Hindu gods and goddesses. The huge courtyard in front of the temple was used for the purpose of hosting dance and musical events. Even though it was converted into a mosque for a short while, but it was never used for the intended purpose, as the pillars have engravings of Hindu deities on them. Visitors are not allowed to climb the Chand Minar, so the Minar has been kept closed for safety reasons. There is a museum set up next to it, and cannons are at display there, of various types, sizes and shapes. Now I'm heading towards Kalakot. These stairs were later on built by the Nizam, but earlier during the period of Yadavas, there were no stairs. There used to be a dry moat and a very uneven slippery path to slow down enemies and to control elephants. Poor animals used to find it very difficult to walk properly. The stairs are all very uneven and of different heights. The gates were all made with iron spikes. Now heading towards Chini Mahal. This palatial building was known as Chini Mahal as it was decorated with colored china clay tiles. Later it served as a prison for royal captives. On top of this bastion, there is a huge cannon which was kept. As its rear end is shaped like a ram's head, it is called Mendha Top. As per the inscription on it, its name is Kila Shikan Top, meaning fort-breaking cannon. It was skillfully mounted on the bastion so as to keep it rotate. To reach the main fort, one needs to cross this deep rock-cut wet moat. This moat is 16-meter wide and nearly 20-meter deep. This moat is supposed to be a great medieval engineering achievement. Two dams are constructed in the moat to control the level of water. If needed, water level could be increased above the level of the bridge so that the bridge may be submerged in the water. Thus, the technique of sinking the bridge underwater at the time of danger is indeed unique in itself. The rock above the moat is chiseled so smooth that even a snake could not scale that height. For a man, it was simply impossible. At present, there are two bridges on the moat. The bridge at lower level is old and now discarded. Only iron bridge is in use. In the older times, the bridge was made of leather, which could be rolled up if needed. As we cross the bridge, we enter the original fort of Devgiri, built by Yadavas. This is also the starting point of citadel. Immediately, we come across an underground passage completely carved out of rock. Its entrance is like a cave. It is the starting point of the steep and zigzag underground passage. This ascending path is nearly 50 meters long, having steps inside. This whole passage is called here as Andheri. Earlier, there used to be a roof to ensure pitch darkness, but over time that collapsed and gone completely. So you can see a lot of light now, but there isn't used to be any light. It used to be pitch dark. As we enter this Andheri, we experience the real meaning of darkness. While crossing the passage, torch of flame is used from the earlier times to the present day. While in this passage, we realize how Andheri is the appropriate name of this passage. In addition to pitch darkness, several deceptive devices used in this Andheri are simply astonishing. There was only one exit from the Andheri, and that could be closed during attacks. How convenient. Once out of the dark passage, there is this beautiful spot from where wonderful view of the entire township around can be seen. I was lucky to see the countryside around and witness the mesmerizing sunset from the point. It was mind-blowing watching the evening sky filled with sunset hues. I saw a reservoir which is apparently filled by some underground natural source, and this reservoir supplies water to the fortress above. The total height of the fortress is about 600 feet. By this time, I was completely exhausted. It is not an easy terrain to cover entirely, easily, even by a healthy person. This entire fort is spread over an area of 95 hectares of land. You can imagine how much I have walked till now. To reach the top, one needs to cross 450 stairs from here. Very strenuous climb. I sat for a while at this spot, cherished the beautiful sunset and the moment, then drank a lot of water, prepared myself to scale 450 stairs ahead. After climbing almost 100 stairs, I came across this Hindu Ganesh temple which was built during Peshwa regime. After climbing 350 more stairs, one reaches the main building of the fort. This is an octagonal palace having 12 arches. This building presents a delightful panoramic view of the fort and the surroundings. On top of this building, there are 2 huge cannons and a lot of rooms, a royal bathroom inside. This fort has a fort, more than 300 bastions, 3 temples, 3 mosques, 2 palaces, a minaret, 52 cannons, 52 fake gates, 2 wet moats inside, dark caves, 5 baths, and a museum. This fort was known for its strong security. The level of diplomacy and thorough defense system made it invincible. Well-thought engineering, deep understanding of art of war along with deadly brain games. Every corner of this fort has a strategy and logic. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's free, guys. And comment below which section of the video you like the most and why. I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.